Eating garlic first thing in the morning does something very different than eating it with food. And here's exactly what. That single raw clove, chewed before breakfast, sets off a chain reaction most people never realize is happening. Your body treats it almost like a signal, a small, sharp wake-up call for your gut, your blood, and even your energy. If your mornings tend to feel heavy, foggy, or just a little off, this is where things can quietly start to change. By the end, you'll know exactly what garlic on an empty stomach does inside you, and the one simple mistake that ruins most of it, the very first shift starts in your mouth before the garlic ever reaches your stomach. The moment you crush or chew a raw clove, it releases a natural compound called allicin, the same compound behind that strong, familiar smell. But the deepest change comes a little further in, and most people never notice it. Because on an empty stomach, there's no food in the way to slow things down. That means the active compounds from garlic can move through your system faster than they would after a meal. Your gut is the first place to feel it. A small amount of raw garlic can gently stimulate your digestive juices, waking your stomach up for the day. Many people notice their appetite feels more balanced afterward. Not starving, not stuffed. Others find their digestion feels lighter for the rest of the morning. And this is where the real story begins. Once those garlic compounds pass into your bloodstream, they start working in ways that go far beyond your gut. Research generally links garlic to a healthy heart, and this is where that reputation comes from. On an empty stomach, with nothing else to compete, garlic's natural sulfur compounds are absorbed more efficiently. That's why traditional wellness practices, from Mediterranean kitchens to old Asian remedies, have always paired garlic with the morning. Many people find that eating a small piece of raw garlic first thing helps them feel a little warmer, a little more alert, almost like their circulation just switched on. It's not magic. It's simply your body responding to one of the oldest natural foods on Earth. But here's the part most people never hear about. Garlic isn't really working on one thing, it's gently supporting several systems at once. And that's what makes the morning habit so interesting. Take your heart, for example. Garlic is one of the most studied foods in the world when it comes to supporting healthy blood pressure and healthy cholesterol levels already in the normal range. On an empty stomach, its compounds may support these systems more directly. Now think about your immune system. Your body's natural defenses are most active in the early hours, quietly repairing and resetting from the night before. A small clove of raw garlic seems to fit right into that rhythm, giving your defenses a gentle nudge. If you've ever noticed that people who eat garlic regularly seem to catch fewer little colds through the year, this is likely part of the reason. It's not a shield, it's more like a quiet, steady support in the background. And then there's something people rarely talk about: your energy. Many older adults notice that a small piece of garlic in the morning leaves them feeling clearer and lighter without the crash that sometimes follows coffee. It's not really about the garlic itself, though. It's about what garlic triggers: better circulation, a more awake gut, and a body that feels ready for the day instead of dragging into it. If that sounds like your mornings, a slow start, a heavy head, a stomach that takes hours to wake up, you're not alone. It's one of the most common quiet complaints of adults over 50. And this is where a simple, natural habit worth knowing can make a surprising difference. One small clove, a glass of water, before anything else, that's the whole recipe. Now a word of honesty, because not everything about garlic is glowing. Raw garlic is strong. On a truly empty stomach, some people find it too intense and feel a little burning or discomfort. If that's you, there's an easy fix. Chop the clove into small pieces and swallow them with water, like little pills instead of chewing. You still get the benefits without the bite. You can also start with just half a clove for the first week and let your body get used to it. Small and steady always beats big and sudden, especially as we get older. And here's a quick tip. Most people miss: after you crush or chop the garlic, let it sit for about 10 minutes before eating it. That short rest is when allicin, the star compound, fully forms. Skipping that 10-minute pause is the single mistake that cancels most of the benefit. Fresh, raw, and rested. That's the sweet spot. Now let's talk about something people don't often connect to garlic, the way it may support your body's natural balance from the inside out. Garlic has been used for centuries as a gentle cleanser, and modern research is finally starting to understand why. Its sulfur compounds appear to support your liver, which is the organ quietly working around the clock to keep your body clean and steady. And your liver, like the rest of you, does most of its resetting overnight. That's another reason the morning window is so interesting. When you eat garlic on an empty stomach, you're meeting your liver right at the end of its nightly work, offering it a little natural support before the day's food and drinks arrive. Many people describe feeling a subtle lightness after a few weeks of this habit. Not dramatic, not sudden, just a quiet sense that things are moving a little more smoothly than before. And then there's your blood sugar. Garlic has long been linked to helping support healthy blood sugar levels already in the normal range, and taking it before food may play a small part in that steady, balanced feeling through the morning. Think of the typical breakfast without it. Coffee, toast, maybe some jam, and that familiar mid-morning dip that has you reaching for a snack. Now think of the same morning starting with a clove of garlic and a glass of water first. Many people say that dip simply doesn't hit as hard. Is garlic on an empty stomach right for everyone? Not always. If you have a sensitive stomach, take blood-thinning support, or simply don't enjoy the taste, it's perfectly fine to eat it with food instead. You'll still get many of the same benefits, just a little more gently. The goal isn't to force a habit. It's to find a small natural rhythm that fits into your life and quietly supports your body over time. There's also the question of freshness. A jar of pre-chopped garlic from the store is convenient, but most of its allicin is already gone. For the real morning benefit, a whole clove peeled that same day is what you want. And please don't cook it. Heat destroys the very compound that makes this whole habit worthwhile. Raw, rested for 10 minutes, then eaten, that's the routine that actually works. Which brings us to the bigger picture. Garlic isn't a cure. It isn't a miracle. It's simply one of those humble, everyday foods that our grandparents seem to understand better than we do. Eaten on an empty stomach, it works with your body's natural morning rhythm, waking your gut, supporting your heart, nudging your immune system, and helping you feel a little more alive before the day even starts. So think back over what we've covered. A small clove of raw garlic, crushed and rested on an empty stomach, may support your digestion, your heart, your natural defenses, and your morning energy in one simple habit. Now here's a question worth thinking about. Which of these changes matters most to you? Better digestion, a stronger heart, or steadier energy through the day? Share your answer in the comments. It's genuinely interesting to hear what people notice first. And if this made you look at garlic a little differently, the natural next step is our video on what happens to your body when you drink warm lemon water every morning. It pairs beautifully with this habit. If you'd like more simple, natural wellness videos like this one, consider subscribing and turning on the bell. We share new videos every week made especially for people who want honest, easy-to-follow information about everyday foods. At the end of the day, the smallest habits, a clove of garlic, a glass of water, a quiet morning, often turn out to be the ones that shape how you feel for years to come. Remember, this is for general information only and isn't medical advice. Always check with your doctor about your own health.